I'm a bad, 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 bad boy in a bad, 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 bad movie. Yeah, guys, unfortunately this was not a good movie, so I'm gonna start this review. Typically it's with my intro, and I'm about to jump into that, but before I do, I just want to say this is what you shouldn't do in a movie, and there was a lot of this in Alex Pandian. So we've got three main actors in this one. We've got Alex Pandian, played by Karthi. We've got the love interest, played by Anushka. And then we've got the comedy role, played by your one and only Sandhanam. So we'll first touch on Karthi. This guy, he comes across on screen very cute and lovable, as you all probably are looking for when you go to see a Karthi movie. But then you've got an hour of these action-packed scenes that really didn't allow him to showcase his potential. Karthi's really got to stop saying yes to every director that asks him to be in their movie, because this guy has a lot of skill in his acting, and I don't think that this role was a good fit for him. Don't take that the wrong way, Karthi, because this movie, it just didn't do it for me. So when it came to the love interest in Anushka, I typically like her acting abilities when she plays that type of role. But for this one, it was very minimal. She didn't get a lot of screen time, and when she was on the screen, she didn't have any, impactful dialogue that you'll remember. Now for my boy Sandhanam. Is this guy in every movie? Directors should be thankful for this guy, because he's been saving a lot of storylines lately. Hands down, Sandhanam stole the show with this one. At times, I even forgot about Karthi. It seemed like Sandhanam was the prominent person on screen. He had the whole crowd laughing, people were cheering when he was on screen, and this could be one of his funnier roles in the past 6 months. Because I thought Karthi didn't really fit this role, Anushka was more of a minimal character, but I did think Sandhanam was the most notable acting in the movie. I'm gonna have to give cast a 6 out of 10. The story is brought to us by Suraj, and I wasn't too fond of this one. It's basically your good versus evil. Evil's trying to accomplish some plot that they've devised, where they're trying to get all this money by releasing something into Tamil Nadu. I won't tell you what that is and how it all transpires, but basically Karthi comes in, tries to run the show, fights evil, and the end, that's for you to see, if you want to see this movie. Suraj must have been Jackie Chan's trainer in his previous life, because this movie was really focused on the fight scenes. I'm talking every 30 seconds or so. So we got 20 times 5, that's 100 fighters per scene. We've got cars flying 150 feet up trees. Don't know how they got that high, but at the end, what you will conclude is that Karthi has the hardest punch in the world. So to wrap it up, I will say the story was quite weak, but it was scripted in a nice way that brought out Sandhanam's comedy relief. Once again, Sandhanam, you are saving this movie. So let's rate this one. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Once again, we got Suraj bringing us the direction, and for this, I'm going to have to tell you what you did a bit wrong. So what happened here, guys, is there was a lot of fight scenes that I keep repeating, but with the direction, you really want to start making these scenes more believable. We can have elements of fakeness in there, but for this, it's 2013, it's time to step up the game, and I don't think the fight scenes were directed as well as they could have been. I like the way Suraj used Sandhanam in this movie. I thought the way he captured the comedy moments really allowed the flow of the movie to transition smoothly from start to finish. Guys, I don't know how I feel about this one. It's one of those things, there's so much happening, there's people flying around, cars everywhere, there's fight scenes, love scenes. I don't want to tell you the rest of it, but I just don't know what I'm going to give Suraj, and I think, I'll give you a 4 out of 10. Doing some of that cinematography for us, we've got Saravanan, and I will say that he needed to work on his angle work. When it came to the fight scenes, you could really tell that the person was wired, flying through the air. It just didn't capture it in a realistic manner. So I will have to say that was a downside to the cinematography for me. It wasn't all bad though. I appreciate your love for capturing the scenic nature of Karthi's cabin because it took us away from the crazy action scenes, non-stop energy, to sort of settle back and experience what it was, a nice landscape captured on film by you. So how was the cinematography on a whole? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. So what did I think of the music by DSP? Yeah, you can tell I wasn't too happy about this one. Brother, you gotta switch up your beats. I'm sorry, but you've been using some of these beats that are very similar sounding in a lot of your movies. So to change that up would make a huge difference. I will also say that it was non-stop, didn't go well with the fight scenes, didn't go well with the love scenes, and the background score was just not there for me, buddy. Just wasn't there. The musical composition just wasn't there. Again, you get 5 seconds of this Bad 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 Boys song, which I would sing, but it would come across even worse than I thought it was. You're not going to find that catchiness. You're not going to go home and listen to a song over and over again from this movie. It just really is, at the end of the day, a bit forgettable, unfortunately. So, time to rate it. Let me think about this one. I'm probably going to have to go with a 5 out of 10. So that's a wrap, guys, and before I sign off, I will say it's 2013, it's our first video of the year, super excited what we have in store for you, but I will say that I'm not going to certify movies from now on unless I think you should go watch them. So for this one, guys, I'm going to give it a 5.1 out of 10, and this is not Review Raja certified. Thanks for checking this review out, Team Review Raja. I'm very appreciative of all your support. I'm heading to Chennai, as you may have read. I'm leaving Toronto on February 2nd, so I'll let you know when I'm going to arrive in Chennai so we can all meet at the airport. Can't wait to say hi to you and meet you all person to person. I think that's going to be a great experience. And before I go, make sure you subscribe, guys. This makes this possible for me to bring you new releases every week. And you can find me, as always, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget YouTube at reviewraja.com.